Okie doke. Today is a big day. I am super excited for this. We are doing an unboxing. And I'm just going to let this ramble and record. This is a bit of a surprise. I knew it was coming from about a week ago, but what this is my very own Jaw Harp Johnson from Jamie Bebb of the Harpery. And if you're following along with me, you probably are already following along with him. But I'm going to tag him in this video, so make sure you follow him if you already aren't on YouTube. He's got some Instagram and TikTok. I don't really remember what his contacts are on those, but I know he prefers YouTube. So a little history, and I hopefully he doesn't mind me actually referring him to him as this. He's a pretty modest guy, and I think you would agree that there are some people in this world that can make some amazing harps. But if there's ever a master apprenticeship relationship here, as far as harp making goes, I would be consider myself as his apprentice. I watched all his YouTube videos, got all kinds of hints, and even reached out to him for some tips and tricks. And it all started when he said, I should send you some steel and some spring steel to figure out some reeds. And since then, he's been my supplier of reeds. And I've been sending him harps as a big thank you in return. And I knew one day, eventually, I would get my hands on one of his harps. I just didn't think it was going to happen this soon. So what happened was, I'm going to turn this heater off. It's right up my coat here. What had happened was he had an order that he had finished, and apparently the guy hadn't gotten back to him at all. And it became my gift. And so I am really, really excited for this. And he also said, this is a much bigger box, obviously, than just for a harp. So the waybill said there's some common rocks for meditation. So that should be interesting. And he also said there's going to be some artwork in here. So I'm really excited for this. Let's see what we got. I've carefully removed all the labeling and packaging, or anything that's got the addresses on it and everything. Don't need that floating all over the internet. And I've got my trusty Swiss Army knife, recently sort of sharpened. And let's see what we got. So, got some packaging. Okay, here's the thing. We're gonna just take out the things and put them aside. Try to differentiate the things from the packaging. And I'm gonna reuse a lot of this stuff because, one, I don't wanna have to buy it. But two, why wouldn't I just reuse what is perfectly fine? It's just for shipping, keeping things from getting damaged and busted up and stuff. So why wouldn't I reuse that? This looks like it's shipping materials. Looks like this one might have come from the Ukraine or Russia or something, this packaging here. So I'm just going to move this aside. And what else we got? So this is also a thing. Put that aside. And there's got to be some things in here too. All right, this is, I'm thinking, the artwork. Let's start with that. Let's start with the artwork. So he's already sent me some before. This tree here. I think that came with my first batch of spring steel. I got some other things. That's some reject frames from my very, very early days. This one was one that my dad had started right here. That's for cracking toffee. I don't know why I threw that there, but anyway. Let's see what we got in here. Oh, I don't know what that is. Whoa! Got some neat stuff it's looking like. The Harpery. Howdy, thank you very much for choosing the Harpery. Now you get these from Porky Miller when he sends off harps from directly from the Harpery, the retail store online, harpery.com. You can also reach out to Jamie here if you want to get in touch with him about some harps, but let's read this. Your harp arrives lightly coated in coconut oil. Allergy sensitivity be advised. This is done to protect the harp from rust and corrosion while in transit, and I always recommend wiping a clean harp of moisture after play with a napkin, paper towel, or soft cloth, followed by a light coat of food-safe oil. I use coconut oil. So do I. That's what's in here. This will protect as well as keep the harp clean. Thanks for choosing the Harpery. Follow me on YouTube as Bebb Harpery. on Facebook as the North American Jaw Harpists, and on Facebook as the Harpery. Enjoy serial number 4 in the Bebb Jaw Harp Johnson Series. May it bring to life the hidden universe that surrounds you. Much love to my Canadian brother, Harp Out, Jamie. Much love right back to you. All this stuff going on right now does not change the relationship that I have with my American friends, because we know that there are many, many great American people down there. Jamie, Porky, everybody at the Harpery, everybody in the whole harp world, it seems, is fantastic. And that looks like something I want to discover in the universe. That is sweet. And I am going to, what am I going to do here? I'm going to put this up a little later, but it's going to go, I think I'm going to put that right about here. I'll nail that there. This is, of course, the Boxcar Harp Company workshop, world headquarters, straight out of my garage. All right. Recycle, recycle. Okay. Which is which? Let's start with this one. I have a feeling this might be the rocks. They feel heavier. In case you're wondering what I got on my bench here while I open all this stuff up, this is an order for a spike, a Boxcar spike, going on its way to Australia. A few surges on the go. This one I'm going to be featuring, the Harpery is going to be carrying my harps in the future, and this is one of them that's I'm going to start stockpiling, and I'm going to get an order out to them. And then these are just ones I've made already. This is a Boxcar Flux. This is Zelda, my Boxcar Surge, my latest personal one. And they're just there for inspiration. Look at this. Neat. So I would imagine he's probably found these. He lives down in Kansas. That almost looks, this one might be petrified wood or something. I'll have to ask him what these are. These are cool. I do have a rock collection from when I was a kid. Passed on down from my dad. This is quartz. I can tell that that's quartz there. Nice. I like it. Like, I found this on the shore of Lake Huron, and it just kind of sits there. So it's funny how the universe works sometimes. All right, let's put these aside. More good bubble wrap for shipping. I will add that to my pile. Oh, it's one big one. Okay, let's figure that out eventually. All right, the main event. Get the ISO going. So I'm going to clean it off. Always, always clean your harps off. I'm also going to save these elastic bands. I just bought a bunch from Walmart. Sorry. But I'm going to add anyway to them. So yeah, clean off your harps. It's always recommended. Sanitize it, because you never know what comes through the mail. Everything's always nicely packaged. Lots of rubber bands. Alrighty. So I've already seen what this harp looks like in a recent upload of his, and I am really excited to see it right up close in the flesh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said, I didn't think I was going to get one of his harps this soon in my life. And I am absolutely... Okay, I'm going to have to just cut these. I'm just so grateful, Jamie. Everything that you've done for me. Helping me learn the trade here. Lots to learn still. Just your friendship, your graciousness. Oh yeah. You have got some nice tight gaps on this, brother. All right, okay, let's clean it first. Let's clean it. One second. I'm just going to do this over to the side. Okay. Oh, it's still good. These are garbage. Hang on to that. That could be used for shipping sometime. Although I make my own cases out of wood because early on I figured if I'm going to drill a hole through one of these, I might as well just drill a hole through a piece of wood. I got a bunch of wood in the corner here. Everything I use is basically recycled scrap, you know, big wood pile stuff. But in a pinch, if I need some styrofoam, I got some. Let's give this a little bit of a wipe. I'll put the coconut oil on it after, but we're going to get a good look at this, and then we're going to get an ear on it. And as I said, I learned as much as I could from watching Jamie's videos, talking to him, getting hints and tips, and I'm really excited to finally get one of his harps. So this is serial number 4, and he explained to me that in this series of his harps, the Jaw Harp Johnson, which was aptly named by his son, he numbers ones for his customers. So this is only the 4th Jaw Harp Johnson that he has issued to customers, and others that he makes for himself do not get numbered. And I consider doing something similar like that, but I just kind of lost track and, you know, whatever. I was going to say something. Anyway, let's get a closer look at this. All right. So, we've got some engraving on here. Oh, no. Various patterns that were meaningful to him at the time. Really cool wave-shaped tail here. And this is where I was inspired to do some engraving on my harps too. Seeing this kind of stuff. Look at the gaps. Beauty. And then I know it's got some symbols there. Is that a duck head? I'll have to ask him. Serial number 4. Bebb. I think he puts the phases of the moon on there from when he starts and finishes it. I think he said this one was tuned to D2. All right, it's time to play it. Okay. I don't want to stop playing that. And if I don't, I'm going to run out of battery on my phone. This plays so well. It feels super nice to play. It's a nice flexible reed. Rings out nice. Oh yeah, this is... It's got a cool fuzz to it, but also, like he was explaining this too, it's got kind of a haunting whisper that kind of comes in afterwards. But yeah, it's a bit of a cleaner sound on the inward pluck, and a little fuzzier on the out. He puts his crimp on this side, so I'm probably going to want to play this a little bit more often inwards. That's just, I don't want to ruin the crimp on any of them. And I get kind of aggressive sometimes, but that muted super well. Oh yeah, this is just a beautiful harp, Jamie. Thank you so much. Wow. I am going to have a lot of fun playing with that harp, and I am going to keep busy making harps with your materials and getting some ready for you. And hopefully it'll be easy enough to get across the border, and we can keep this harp making business going. And I don't know what else to say other than that's just a phenomenal harp. Thank you so much. Adios.